Welcome to day 2 of the Global IR. If you're coming back here from yesterday, welcome back. And if it's your first time in this session, welcome. My name is Julie Oh, and I'm your host of COMEUP's flagship global program, the Global IR. Today, we will hear from more than 40 startups from over 8 countries, all from different industries, stages of development, and of course, different ideas. Each startup will deliver a 5-minute pitch, after which judges will score the presentations and select a winner for each session. There will be no Q&A. To make networking easier, please attach the industry-specific sticker to your badge so that you can connect with peers in your field, as we will have time for networking between pitching sessions. And with that, I'd like to welcome the judges that we have joining us today. Please welcome Taeyeon Kim, Senior Manager at Samo Green Investment. Next, we have Jeehae Lee, Team Lead at Prologue Ventures. SunMin Lee, Manager at Atinum Ventures. Hyun Won, Investment Manager at SW Investment. And finally, Yeeun Kim, Team Lead at YLEM Invest. Thank you, judges, for making the time in joining us today. Now, let's begin today's sessions. We will now begin with the ATSF session, which continues on from day 1, featuring 10 startups. First up, we have George Muhuhu, CEO of OneTouch Diagnostics. Please welcome him to the stage.
So let me know when it goes on, yeah? Hello, everyone. I'm George, founder and CEO of OneTouch Diagnostics, and our mission statement is to quantify itself. I'd like to introduce you to Ahren, a 24-year-old who's lived with type 1 diabetes since birth. We also have Paul, a 57-year-old who's lived with uncontrolled type 2 diabetes for the last 20 years. They each have to prick themselves 3 to 5 times a day to monitor their blood sugar levels, and they will do this up to 100,000 times over the course of their life. There's over 500 million people living with diabetes around the world, with 80% of those living in low and middle income countries. And it is estimated 1 out of every $12 of global healthcare spent is due to diabetes-related complications. Our solution is diabetes care that is personalized for you. How do we do this? We're developing a continuous glucose monitor that is implanted on the back of the patient's arm, and it wirelessly reads and transmits their blood sugar levels to a smartphone or a smartwatch of their choice, eliminating the pain and anxiety that's involved with the constant finger pricks, and also serving as a behavioral and feedback motivational tool. Our overall ambitious goal over the next 10 years is to collect over 100 billion data points using our sensors to create an AI virtual human twin that shows all the likely complications a patient is likely to encounter over the course of their lives living with diabetes. And this could be a risk stratification tool used by insurance and hospital partners around the world to know who would most likely be beneficial by using this technology. The continuous glucose monitoring market is an established and a mature market. So just to give you a quick comparison, in Korea, the current sales of CGMs is about $90 million as of 2024, and it's estimated to grow up to $132 million, serving about 4 million Koreans who are using this technology. So in my market, sometimes it's not about being first, it's who can come in and do it best, even if it's a mature market, so we're taking advantage of that. Why Korea for us in specifics? I mean, it's an open secret that Korea is the home of technology. We are open to collaborations with the likes of Samsung, who can help us with product development, contract manufacturing. We also do know there are companies such as SD Biosensor who are willing or open to licensing some of their IP, which could allow us to fast-track some of the development of our technology. And we also know that there's an abundance of technical talent that will be willing to work or assist us in the areas of our team that is not fully fleshed out. So the total addressable market for this technology is about $9 billion. This is from the last sales of the leading CGM manufacturers around the world. It's a market that's growing at about 13% CAGR, and our reachable addressable market is $500 million in the target markets that we seek to address. For us, as I mentioned again, speed is prioritized more than technical innovation. I live in a market that often gets left behind because of a lot of very technical products always staying in the lab and never coming to market. So we are taking advantage of an already established, mature market where we can move quickly by having collaboration partners. Some of the benefits that we're looking to take advantage of in Kenya is there's a 0 rating of manufacturing of medical devices that can allow us to produce this product cost effectively. Just another quick fact is 1 out of every 4 people in the world are going to be Africans by the year 2050. And the World Health Organization has a goal to increase the coverage of this technology by up to 4x from the 15 million people who are using continuous glucose monitors. Some of the technical innovations we're also working on is increasing the sensor life of the current technologies that exist on the market. So we're seeking to change from the single filament electrode to using a microneedle array. Our next fundable milestone is to file for ISO 13485 by doing some clinical tests. Our competitive advantage is really centered around the cost competitiveness and the geographical reach of some of this technology, where most of our competitors haven't really addressed. There are adjacent markets that we are also able to expand to by modifying the sensors, such as lactate monitoring for athletes, mood disorders, and hormonal imbalances. So far, we've raised about $50,000 in grants from development partners. We've done version 3 of our prototype. We are just about to assemble our first 100 devices that can be used for clinical trials, and those are some of our strategic partners. Our model involves around selling the devices for about $40, so a patient will spend $80 in a month, and we also have some software monetization options. The team comprises of myself with a background in engineering. We have a doctor who is a CEO and a pediatric endocrinologist as an advisor, and we're seeking to raise $500,000 to do our clinical trials and develop our clinically validated products. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. With those who have diabetes will know, those who don't, it's actually a real big part of the lifestyle and a little bit of a discomfort when it comes to making sure that our health is really treated. So really great innovations that we're bringing onto the stage today. Next up, I'd like to announce Paul Ayuk, CEO and CTO of Bunce Inc. Please come onto the stage.
Hello, everybody. My name is Paul Ayuk, and I'm the co-founder of Bunce. We're an AI-powered customer lifecycle marketing platform. Today, businesses find it very hard to personalize messages and customer experiences at scale, and this causes involuntary churn, loss of revenue, misalignment between the customer's needs and the business offerings. And so businesses lose revenue every time due to these poor experiences. What happens today in most companies is the product person or the marketing person has an idea to send messages to a customer, and so they get all the customer data and they send those messages to them, which is why if you take out your phone now and look at your email, you see a lot of messages sent from the brands that you use. However, you don't open them because they're irrelevant. And this causes a lot of unsubscription rates for the businesses, poor experiences, and also brand damage, and ultimately loss of revenue. We've solved this by helping businesses send the right message to the right customer at the right time through our platform. The first thing we do is to collect and analyze this customer data, and then we dynamically identify the customer segments and the customer's needs through their events, attributes, action, and intents. And then our platform also helps to send those messages to them at the right time. The way we do that is through the integrations with all of the business's data. We get those data onto a platform, and then our platform figures out what sort of messages and channels would be relevant for the customers. In the market we are today, we serve e-commerce, fintech, and transport companies in North America, Africa, and we're also looking to other regions like Asia. There's over 3 million of those businesses, and that puts us in a $31 billion market. We currently charge a monthly subscription, which ranges between $30 to $5,000 based off the number of customers a business has. And we also charge a one-time deployment fee for large customers that want on-premise deployment. This year in 2024, we've onboarded over 30 active businesses who've processed over 30 million data points. we've sent out 22 million messages, and we're doing $9,000 a month. We've typically, to this point, been onboarding businesses through offline events like this, partnerships with payment processors and other integration partners, and also have been part of online communities of marketers and email and SMS personnel as well. There's companies doing bits and pieces of what we do today in the market, but we stand out through our localized pricing, being fully AI-powered, and also having pre-built templates and pre-built journeys, which is one of the biggest issues the marketers and product people in those companies have today. So we've solved that on our platform. It's really a 5-minute journey towards getting your customer data and sending them the right message. The goal for next year is to grow 10x, and that would happen through expanding to other regions like Asia, Korea specifically, and also forging more partnerships with other players in this region as well. We're a team of 3 co-founders. Myself, I'm a mathematician and computer programmer. I lead the business and technical team. My co-founders, Damilola and Justus, are accountants and marketing personnel, and they lead the partnerships team and the marketing teams as well. We're currently raising $500,000. We've raised $200,000 so far. That money would go into getting regulatory certifications for customer data protection in different regions that we want to serve, and also into sales and marketing and improving our team and talent as well. Thank you very much for listening to me. Get in touch if you want to be part of the journey. Thank you.
Great presentation. We know that in marketing and in communications, we want to see that traction, and you got really good traction going on with 2 million different messages going on there. Now, let's welcome our next speaker. Please welcome to the stage Vivens Uwizeyimana, founder and CEO of Umurava.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vivens. I'm the founder of Umurava, and I'm a Rwandan entrepreneur. At Umurava, we are building products and solutions in AgriTech and AgriTech spaces with a single mission to build Africa's largest workforce for the digital economy and even integrating our African workforce to the global market. With the digital economy growing massively, it is projected that in 2040, 85 million plus jobs might remain unfilled globally due to the lack of skills out of supply. But when you look at our African continent now, you see that in 2040, we are becoming a global talent hub due to the young population that we have currently. This means we have a great human capital investment to tap into in Africa, but there is a pressing challenge which is really affecting us to do this at scale, which is the digital talent gap. It affects both companies and professionals. For companies, it is still difficult, time-consuming, and expensive to hire and access African workforce. And even on some situations, there are many jobs that are being created due to digital transformation, and we find ourselves that we didn't build enough skills to really satisfy these jobs. On another side, there is a high rate of youth unemployment among young people, which is also caused by many young people have been consuming some of the traditional curriculum methodologies, and they are graduating and they can't find themselves on the current job market. We decided to tackle these inefficiencies with a talent marketplace platform where we combine AI technology and talent management expertise to source, assess, and match African talents to both local and global companies and organizations. And we are making sure that we do it fast and easier. For instance, when the companies are hiring freelancers or full-time hires, it just takes us 2 days to 5 days on average to match their job openings and the project openings with the workforce that they want. And this brings us to be 70% faster and 40% cheaper than traditional methodologies. On another side, we are providing a single portal and one dashboard with multiple career growth opportunities, and we are connecting our workforce data with government, international organizations, as well as financial institutions. In 3 years, we have placed over 1,000 talents in jobs and projects, and we have served 300 companies and organizations locally and globally, and we have grown the total user base of over 14,000 users in Africa and across the world. We are a B2B2C marketplace company. We charge service fees on talent outsourcing services, as well as also on recruitment as a service. but we are also deploying SaaS product across AgriTech and AgriTech product lines. We are targeting in 10 years to place over 20,000 talents across 3,000 companies, and also growing this impact with also a revenue generation where we are targeting to reach 51 million annual recurring revenues in 10 years. We have a great competitors on the African continent, and most of them, they are focusing only on software engineers as the source of digital jobs. And for us, we're expanding that to also data careers as well as also digital media and communications careers. With our expertise and even experience working for startups and corporates in both local and global companies, we got capabilities and experience to scale this solution locally and globally. We are raising our 300K pre-seed round. We have already raised 100K to improve our technology as well as also onboard more users. And we are here in South Korea to explore other AgriTech companies that we can partner either to bring them on African continent and also for Umurava to come on in South Korea and also growing in South Asia as well. We have been growing our financial revenues on an annual basis with 20% annual growth. If you are here and you want to be with us in this journey to build Africa's largest workforce for the digital economy, which is integrated to global market, stay in touch and get connected. Thank you.
Another great presentation. I remember when I was a student, I was thinking, how do I get a job when I don't have experience? Everyone wants experience from me. And then now as a hiring manager, how do I find someone that I can trust? So really good job nailing that pain point and having a great solution with it. Now I'd like to introduce our next speaker. Please welcome to the stage, Stephen Ogweno, CEO of Lifesten Health.
Right. Greetings, everyone. My name is Ogweno Stephen, co-founder and CEO of Lifesten Health. And today I'll be talking to you about Lifesten Health, which is revolutionizing personalized preventive healthcare. But before we go into all of that, I want to ask you a few questions. How many of you started the year with setting very lofty goals on your physical, mental, and nutritional health? We all wanted to go to the gym. We all wanted to eat right, get less stressed. But because of all of the life's challenges, we find it very hard to actually achieve these targets. And Lifesten Health is here to help you achieve these exact targets. So what is the problem? The problem is that with modern lifestyles, we see an increase in health challenges. We see that there is an increase in sedentary living, an increase in tobacco and alcohol consumption, an increase in unhealthy diets, and as a result, there is a rise in non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, obesity, and hypertension, and a lot of people lack preventive, personalized healthcare. The World Health Organization puts it at a third of the world population being at risk of developing chronic non-communicable diseases because of adopting unhealthy lifestyles. Lifesten Health is here to help you solve this very problem through doing three key things. First of all, we provide you personalized preventive healthcare solution where you are able to get designs and you're able to get strategies to help you improve on your healthcare. Secondly, we also provide you transdermal optical imaging technology, which is a complex way of saying that we are able to point your phone at your face, use near-infrared light to scan the flow of blood under your skin. We take that data, process it through an AI, and in 30 seconds, give you your blood pressure, body fat, mental stress index, and off of that data, customize it to give you a personalized health plan built for you. Now, we gamify that with daily challenges, of which after hitting each daily challenge, you earn points, which you can redeem for various goods and services. And that is exactly how Lifesten Health works. So think of Lifesten Health as your partner who is always rewarding you every time you achieve your health goals. The market opportunity is huge, not only in Africa, but across the world, including here in Korea, where we are seeing that a third of the population is at risk of developing these diseases. And as a result, we need to find solutions to help people adopt healthier lifestyles for longer. Our business model is very, very simple, subscription-based, primarily via health insurance plans and corporate workplace wellness programs. Over the past 2 years, we've been very active. We were founded in 2022, and in 2023, we had already reached 1.6 million people working with the government. In 2024, we had already hit 125K revenue, and we are looking at expanding to different markets in 2025. We are seeking 800,000 USD to be able to help us improve on our marketing, improve on the product, HR, and also sales for the Lifesten Health, and also to be able to expand across different regions. Fortunately, we've been able to receive support and investments from our strategic partners, including NVIDIA, Google for Startups, and Amref Health Africa, helping us to scale across the different regions. We are led by an incredible team of co-founders, directors, and tech people who are all working together to ensure that we are able to hit this goal of helping individuals achieve personalized healthcare anywhere they are in the world. And at Lifesten Health, we are really working hard to ensure that we are helping you as individuals to transform your mindsets from thinking you're healthy, from thinking that all of your health activities are going the right way. What we want you to know for sure is knowing you're healthy. And as I said, we are the company that rewards you for being healthy. So every time you achieve your health goals, every time you go to that gym, every time you go to that run, every time you engage in your physical, mental, and nutritional health, we are there to ensure that we cheer you on the way and we reward you for that. And that is what Lifesten is here to provide you. Thank you very much, and join us on this journey to improve personalized preventive healthcare.
Thank you for the presentation. As we have busier lifestyles, it's harder to take care of ourselves, so we always need something to keep us on track. So thank you for that solution. Next, I'd like to announce our next presenter. We've got David Chen, founder of Kapsule. Please welcome him to the stage.
Hello everyone, I'm David Chen, one of the co-founders of Kapsule, and we are quickly becoming the go-to provider of healthcare data, not just in Africa, but across the world. And the problem that we're solving is that pharmaceutical companies lack a centralized source for reliable healthcare and patient data. But why is that important? Well, that data is critical for two major use cases. The first one is to increase clinical trials, so the development of new products. And the second is to increase product sales of existing pharmaceutical products. But to bring this to life, I'll talk you through an example which is close to my heart in Rwanda, which will explain why this data is valuable. So I'll take you back to 2015, where Rwanda was dealing with a significant hepatitis C problem. About 3% of the population suffered with the disease, and there was no known treatment for it at the time. Meanwhile, you had Gilead Pharmaceuticals based out in California in the US developing the only treatment in the world that was a breakthrough drug. But Gilead had a very particular problem. They had the medicine, but they didn't have either the patients to do the clinical trial on or the healthcare facilities to actually run the trial. Thankfully, in the case of Rwanda, they were very ahead of its time and digitized a lot of the healthcare system. And the president directly engaged with Gilead Pharmaceuticals and said, you have the medicines, we have the patients, let's work together. And that was super successful, and it led to the faster development of the product. And when the product was eventually released, it led to increased sales, and of course, the human impact was significant. What it led to was hepatitis C dropping from 3% to 2015 to 0.35% in 2022, and today the disease is almost entirely eliminated from the country. Financially for Gilead, it was huge. It resulted in almost $20 billion in year one sales and almost $70 billion in lifetime sales. So what did we learn from that story? We learned that the right data is worth billions of dollars to the right data buyer. And that's what inspired Kapsule because we decided to make this process super easy so that you no longer need a government to go directly and talk to a company. You have one place to easily access that data. And that's why we're quickly becoming the go-to data provider for healthcare data across Africa. And the way we do this is by pooling data from across the market. So we simply aggregate data from hospitals, insurance companies, pharmacies, and health tech to put all of their data in one place and make it easily accessible. And they share their data with us because we give them a share of the profits. And already we've had significant growth. We have over 8,000 healthcare facilities. We're working with 4 Fortune 500 clients. We're collecting data from over 9 countries. And we have over 40 million patient records at the moment, which currently stands as the largest source of healthcare data in Africa in the world. We've also had 2 acquisition offers from large players because they recognize the power of what we're doing and the power of data. And our business is also profitable since May of this year. A number of other milestones. We hit break-even in October of last year. Again, we were profitable in May of this year. And we're on track to have 3 years, actually, of 10x revenue growth. Some of the highlights: we were featured by the World Health Assembly in Geneva, where I spoke at the WHO event, also at the United Nations General Assembly, and we were endorsed by the Africa CDC earlier this year, and I've been speaking at the African Union events as well. And our clients love what we're doing, and they're actively asking us to expand into other countries in Asia and Latin America. And we believe that positions us to be the leading provider for data for all low and middle income countries because we have a business model that secured the data buyers. We also made an easy way to aggregate data from various sources, and we have a business model that rewards everyone. As for the team, we have a wealth of healthcare experience, ranging from building products to doing healthcare delivery and working in big pharma. And we've recently had the former president of Pfizer and Viatris, one of the largest generics companies in the world, join our board. As for our partners, customers, and backers, some of the world's leading institutions are among the names. And my ask is a little bit different. We're already oversubscribed for our round, so I just want you to follow Kapsule's journey and subscribe to my latest newsletter. So thank you.
Wow, it was really interesting for me to learn that the case of hepatitis C, once we just matched the supply and demand of data, we were able to decrease it by 10 times in 7 years. Imagine what we could do if we do that with so many more diseases, tens, hundreds, and thousands of diseases. Great, great product there. I'd like to introduce our next presenter. Please welcome to the stage Ingrid Mhlophe, CEO of Africa Beyond 4IR.
Good morning, everyone. As it's just been alluded, my name is Ingrid Mhlophe. I am the CEO for Africa Beyond 4IR. In short, we are called AB4IR, as that's what I'll be referencing to. And we believe in changing lives one community at a time. Meet Mr. Boitumelo Mahasane, who is the CEO and founder of Sketchy Kabadia, and the other 2 gentlemen are his teammates. Boitumelo started his journey with AB4IR as a digital sketcher. But as his journey commenced and went on, he moved on to being a qualified digital artist, an animator, an IT systems developer, and now he runs his own business through AB4IR's business incubator. Then there is many more of Boitumelos that we have impacted as AB4IR. We are a social development organization. We are striving to bridge the digital and gender divide that is so apparent in the communities that which we are supporting. And how we are doing that, we are doing it through technology and innovation, through incubation and doing skills development programs. And our target market is the youth, women, and people living with disabilities. This is our organizational structure, and all-inclusively with our board, we have over 16 employees. With the board and ourselves as the employees, we have more than 150 years worth of experience. And this is just a snapshot of our facilities with the center that we have currently. This is the most part. Oh, sorry. This, I'll go back. There is this bottom part. That's the part that we're currently in the process of fundraising to fully equipped, which is our animation and gaming center that is currently without equipment for our studios to be used. And these are some of the programs that which we have. I won't go into too much details, but we run business incubation. We have drone technology programs. There's Umbacoda, which is programs that are dedicated at women. We have coding programs that which we are offering, animation and virtual reality. The target market that we are focusing on in South Africa, which is why we are targeting youth, we have more than 16 million youth that is currently unemployed. Why women, 7.5% of them, it's women, 7.5 million rather, it's women that we are targeting. The sector that we are focusing on currently is looked at as a hobby in South Africa. We want to change the mindset to say this is a market that is worth billions of dollars. So this is what we are trying to do, change the mindset, bring more people into the spaces of gaming, animation, virtual reality, and drones. Now we've added 3D printing as well. Why business incubation? It's worth over 1.38 billion. It is estimated rather to be worth over 1.8 billion in 2025. This is on a global scale. Our competitors, this is some of the incubators that we have also in South Africa, but why we are different is because we are focusing on marginalized communities, and we are community-driven, and that's the approach that we are using with the incubator and the skills development programs. We're looking for strategic partnerships, and we are proven, we are focused on record that we've been making and the impact as well. This is some of the impact that we've made. Top left, my top left, your top right corner, it is the people that we've impacted. It's more than 13,000, and we've interacted and reached more than 2.2 million people, and this is on a global scale. This is some of our partners. The top 3 partners is our international partners that which we have at AB4IR, which I'll just mention them. It's BRICS SA and BRICS Chinese. We are working with them. We have Goethe Institute, which is an institution that is funded by GIZ. And we have the Afri Labs. It houses the hubs in Africa. We form a part of them. And the bottom ones, our local partners, they've been funding us for our programs. They've been funding us for operations. And they are also strategic partners for some of the financial and non-financial support. Just to highlight, this is a program that we hosted with BRICS SA and BRICS Chinese. This was last month, about 2 weeks or so ago. We had participants, our students were participating, collaborating, or competing rather with the Chinese students. And some of my kids scored some awards there. We were coding in IoT. And current structure on revenue, which starts from my right to left, which would be your left to your right. This is showing on the bottom line, the top part is in rands, the bottom line is in dollars. It showcases the revenue that we've generated. The bottom part showcases the revenue currently on projects that we've secured for the coming years. Currently, this is our ask. We are currently looking for both financial and non-financial support since we are a non-profit company. And we are looking for 2.4 million rands, $1 million, that will run us for the next coming 5 years and for projects and for operations. And that is us at AB4IR. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We know that we need more access to bridge the skills gap in digital training and just overall education, and being able to bring that to marginalized communities is actually very, very important. All right, let's introduce our next speaker. Please welcome to the stage Ahren Posthumus, CEO of Momint.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, my name is Ahren, and I've been a tech lover since a really young age. I started my career in cybersecurity, finding vulnerabilities in banks and fintechs. I then went in to start my own venture builder and had the privilege of building software companies at multi-million-dollar valuations. I've had 2 successful exits and had the privilege of traveling to incredible places all around the world, like Dublin, Dubai, and now South Korea. But meantime, back home, we were facing daily power cuts. Imagine trying to be a tech founder with your triple monitor setup and your power cuts off every single day, 3 times a day, 2 hours at a time, right? It's not great. But now imagine being a manufacturer, a school, or a hospital. When you think about this, you realize that in fact, energy is everything. It's our economies and it's our lives as we know it. But sadly, 50% of the world is still in the dark, some or all of the time. This needs to change, and we all know it should be done sustainably. Now, don't get me wrong, we are making good progress in terms of renewable rollouts, but we're nowhere near our net 30 zero goals, right? But I'm going to let you all here in on a little secret. It's not due to a lack of capital. Every country, bank, and fund has a renewables allocation, but all of this money is struggling to find projects to invest in. On the bright side, this represents a $1.5 trillion market opportunity, and that's where Momint comes in. We help this capital to find profitable renewable projects more than 100 times faster, cheaper, and safer than ever before. Let me tell you how it works really quickly. So it's a simple 3-step process. In the first step, we've created a hyperscalable LLM model that can rapidly approve bankable projects. It takes into account more than 1,000 data points within milliseconds. And to date, we've had 0 defaults. Once we know that a project is bankable, we put it on our platform for capital to co-invest. Anyone from anywhere in the world, including South Korea, can invest in a piece of this project and start earning from it. Because now that the solar is powering that business, when they pay their electricity bills, that gets distributed to the digital shareholders transparently and securely. And of course, we have a secondary trade market where you can always sell your share. We do this all on a web application that has been developed in-house. Let me cement this for you with a real example. So we had a housing estate called Clearwater in South Africa that was looking for a $4 million solar project, to fund a $4 million solar project. We matched them to capital within just 7 days. This process normally takes months, right? And it's now generating for these investors about a 30% return over a 10-year contract. And it's also powering 1,200 homes and families with reliable green energy. We've already helped tens of thousands of people get access to green energy. But remember, millions more need it. Because of the way that we do this on our platform, powered by blockchain under the hood, we can do this thousands of times faster and cheaper than any traditional financial rails. And it also lets us operate at a 97% gross margin in the long run. This is probably why we've won more awards than I have time to speak about here today, but I'd rather focus on our real traction. So we've already funded 19 projects. We've got 5 institutional funds to scale with, and we've got 53,000 retail users on our platform, people just like you and me. That's resulted in about $6 million of project funding, and we've got a pipeline of $187 million. We're targeting $50 million in revenue by 2030, and we're on track to hitting break even by the end of next year. We're a young, passionate team of tech natives just like myself, but we're also backed by veterans with billions of dollars in deal experience behind them. So today, we're seeking a strategic investment of $1 million to reach profitability before doing a Series A and scale our assets under management 10x, as well as entering some new markets. But just remember, this is only one kind of revenue-generating asset, and our platform can scale to many others. So if you've had the opportunity to listen to my presentation today, please seize the moment, and let's change the world together and make profit in the process. Damsamida.
Thank you. If renewable energy infrastructure and resources are available all around the world, why not put that power into our own hands? So thank you for that presentation. Up next, we've got Elijah Lubala, founder and CEO of Tuma. Please come up onto the stage.
Thank you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Elijah Lubala. I'm a Forbes Africa 30 Under 30 2017 alumni. This is my second business. The first business is a $20 million business doing really well right now. What we do here is we empower African merchants through softpots technology. Meet Amina. Amina is a small market vendor in Nairobi who faces the basic challenges of a cash-based economy. These include fear of theft, unable to save securely, and she doesn't have the abilities or the advantages of a digital economy. So this is how we built Tuma. Tuma is an all-in-one solution combining software, point of sales, and agency banking. So what we do with that is, number one, we convert smartphones or feature phones into payment acceptance devices, be it QR payments, links, or card payments, and including cross-border transactions. And number two, well, some of our product features include what it looks like, the SoftPOS itself, and the branchless banking. Our second solution is called agency banking, which is a one-float, one-till system. What basically happens is we turn merchants into mini banks, giving them the ability to do account opening, cash withdrawals, cash deposits, bill payments, cross-border transactions, and even mobile money transfers. How we stand out primarily is because of our single float account. So this is what it looks like when it's with us, and this is what it looks like when you're not with Tuma. We're talking about a $1 trillion market opportunity, and Tuma itself is going after $100 billion. We've got strong traction to date. We've onboarded about 100 active agents with a waitlist sign-up of 914,000 merchants. We've already reduced transaction times for InterSwitch and UBA by 25% and 40% respectively. We've connected to about 64 banks across the continent in Africa as well. We stand out from the crowd. We're not in upstream, we're not in the downstream, we're primarily in the midstream. When we look at our hardware vendors, we're pre-installed, and when we're at the banks, we provide our software to them that they outlay to the different PSPs, merchants, and non-acquiring banks alike. Tuma is set to be a leader in this space, as we are the only one providing the service in this space. Right now, we stand out in our innovation and our market reach, interoperability, single float system, and whether we're on smartphone or feature phones, it's up to you. Our early successes, we've already raised $590,000 so far. We've already been approved in 20 central banks across 20 African countries. We have 914,000 merchant waitlist sign up, as I mentioned as well. Tuma monetizes across 3 touch points: transaction fees, subscription fees, and value-added services. These value-added services can include bill payments, like I mentioned, cash withdrawals, mobile phone leasing in some cases as well. We have an experienced team with a proven track record. Like I mentioned, I'm a Forbes Africa 30 under 30 alumni with a Bachelor of Computing and Information Sciences, triple majoring in Business Systems, Applications Development, and Networking. In my team, I have my co-founders as well from the same university. Our CFO is the ex-Vodafone, Airtel, and Tigo CFO, and my chairman is the ex-group CEO of Airtel and Vodacom, who also happens to be my father. We are backed by experts and from leading financial institutions. We are a Visa-backed fintech, also from Blue Pool Capital and Visible Hands. We are currently raising $2 million. $590,000 has already been raised, so there's about a $1.4 million gap. Join us as we unlock cashless transactions across the world. Get in touch. Thank you for your time.
Nice presentation. We know touch points, increasing those touch points in a market that has so many different individual vendors is going to be helpful for the financial economy. All right, next up, please welcome to the stage Arthur Abaliwano, CEO of Anchor Systems TA Anchor Machines.
Good morning. In 2019, we had a road construction project in a remote part of Uganda. Our excavator broke down, and we tried looking around for another machine. Other machines at the site had to park as we had to look for this excavator. We parked because all of these machines relied on this excavator for them to work. We ended up sourcing for a machine 400 kilometers away in the capital in Kampala. It took us 3 days for us to source and transport this machine, and losses of about $5,000 US. Later on, we realized that there was a machine that was 30 kilometers away, which we would have utilized if at all we had known, and would have saved that $5,000 US and time. Now, this doesn't happen
This doesn't happen to only anchor machines or a few construction companies. It happens to 80% of construction companies in Africa because they do not own their own machines and they have to rent the few available ones. Those losses and inefficiencies lead to $200 million losses per year collectively across these construction companies. Now, we've created a solution, which is the anchor machines application, and it houses in excess of 1,000 machines across the country. We use GPS-enabled systems to provide real-time location of different machines. And when one logs into the application, they are able to view these different machines, their specifications, and they are able to order for the machines that are closest to their project locations. By doing that, we lower the time from 3 days to just 1 day or even less, making them more profitable and 50% more efficient. They're able to finish their projects on time and make more profits. My name is Abaliwano, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Anchor Machines. Demand for construction is growing stronger than ever, and the winners will be those ones who are able to deliver fastest. In order to deliver fastest, you're able to use technology to be able to execute your projects. By 2050, over 1.5 billion Africans will be moving to cities. African governments are spending in excess of $100 billion per year to expand on roads, buildings, and bridges. It's not only happening in Africa, it's happening across the world. Even developed countries are still constructing and breaking down other buildings for better buildings and roads every day. Construction has to go on every other time, and machines are used as a pivotal part. Well, the market is quite big. In Africa, it represents a market size of $100 billion. This same technology can be deployed across the entire African continent and across other regions, such as South Korea. And we're the only guys doing this in Africa. Other guys are into trucks and cargo movement. So the serviceable obtainable market stretches from $132 million in Uganda to $7.9 billion as the GMV. We make money off our platform by charging a 10% commission off every machine rental that occurs on the platform, and that's an average commission of $22 per machine rental. We're not just dreaming, we're already working, and in just 1 year, we've been able to generate 10,000 rentals with a $3 million GMV and a revenue of $300,000. We're already making a profit at a net profit margin of 24%. We've already captured 20% of the construction companies in Africa, and right now we are raising $500,000 so it can run us for the next 12 months, and we can be able to make higher profits. That is I myself. I have 15 years experience in construction, and I lead a team of 3 co-founders and a CTO, and together we have a combined experience of 50 years in construction, law, marketing, logistics, and software development. We are building the Airbnb, or call it Uber, of construction, not just in Africa, but across the world. If at all you liked what I've said, you can join me backstage. Thank you very much.
We know in construction, time is money. We see a lot of delays. And also, if there's larger demands with a growing population, the more we need your solution. With that, I'd like to present the last presenter. Oh, one moment, please. I've just got to get my cue card. I'll be right back. Thank you for waiting. So I'd like to present the last presenter. Please welcome to the stage Douglas Mwangi, Head of Product Development at AgriTech Analytics.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Douglas Mwangi, and what we do is that we help farmers understand their crop and soil for increased crop yields. 45 farmers in our place lose 45 to 100% of their crops. They lose 45 to 100% of their crops due to crop pests and diseases, and 65% of our land is going under through soil degradation. But we have a solution. So what we do, we get data from 2 sources. Number one is that we get data from satellite imagery, and then we also get data from our IoT device. You can see it from there. So what this happens is that when farmers put this device on their farm, It analyzes their soils, soil diagnostics, then scans crop leaves and stems to get crop pests and diseases. That data is analyzed, and farmers get those reports and alerts on their phone. We have a huge market. Our market is, the TAM is 13.3 billion. Our ISAM is 5.5 billion, but we are looking to fulfill 780 million. Currently, we have 8,890 farmers using our platform on a monthly basis, and we are looking to expand this to 180,000 farmers in 3 countries in Africa, that is Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya by 2028. So how do we make money? So we have a leasing model where we give farmers our device. They pay on a monthly basis. They pay $4.8 per month, and this accounts for 80% of our revenues. Then we also have 20% coming from sale of devices, and we are looking forward to sale of data in the next few months. So we have our impact. We help farmers increase their crop yields by 75% per annum. We are helping them save 65% of their total farm inputs per month. And we have a crop yield prediction tool. So this is when farmers plant, we can be able to tell what they are going to have as crop yields. They take this to the banks, and they are able to get loans. We are able to detect, our solution is able to detect a total of 1,500 diseases, 1,400 pests in real time. And from our inception, we've been able to reclaim 1,900 hectares. So our ask is $250 US, and this will help us onboard 84,000 farmers on our platform and also increase our infrastructure. So these are scalability. We in the next 5 years, we're looking to be able to help farmers to increase their crop yields by 85%. This is when we increase our infrastructure. On board 780 farmers, 780,000 farmers, help farmers at least reduce farm input costs by 87%, and of course increase the detection of crop pests and diseases to 5,000. So these are our revenue. Last year, we were able to make 437,966, and this year we are looking to increase that by 30%. So these are our partners, but now just to note, we've been working with the University of Edinburgh in Scotland, and what we are doing with the university is that they're helping us train our AI models, and we have farmers, farmer cooperatives, and so many other partners. So this is our traction and our impact. So currently we have 8,890 farmers. We are able to detect 1,400 crop diseases and 1,500 crop pests in real time. And this is sent to the farmers via their phones. So this is our team, and we come in with 78 years of combined experience. So we have people from engineering. Personally, I'm an engineer. We have people from different fields. So this is my CEO getting an award from the President of Kenya. We were given the Presidential Innovation Award this year, and we were declared the best AgriTech company in Kenya. We also got AgriTech of the Year Africa from GIZ. That is me, and thank you very much.
Farmers have a lot of land to take care of, and it's really hard to manage all of that. And sometimes it might be too late to treat certain areas that are infested with pesticides or have certain diseases. So great work having some real-time data to take care of that. With that, that wraps up our ATSF session over the last 2 days. Thank you so much again to the presenters.